blessed to be here, man.
What's shaking, Shake?
Can't call it, man. Another day, man. You know, trying to get to it, be the best I could possibly be. Feel me?
You really be on that positive energy.
Yo,
I like that
all the time. I haven't always been like this. That's why. So.
Copy. Yeah, right. You gotta go through it to get to it, right?
Yo, you gotta get through it to get through it, and to get to it.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Let's start off easy.
Yeah.
Right. Music.
How
long have you been making music?
Okay, so I've always been involved in music. I grew up loving music as a kid.
Like even in school and
I took music class. I think my first little bit of splash of music might have been my 5th grade year.
Okay.
5th grade in school. I took music class. I played I played the flute actually, and I played the xylophone. And that was like my first introduction of music and like the instruments and things like that, how to read music, stuff like that. I've always been involved since a younger kid, just watching music videos and stuff like that. But as far as the process of recording, I would say about, it's 2021, I would say about 2013, 2014 is when I first went to the studio with my brother Troy Rain, who introduced me to music and the process of recording. So I would say that's about 6-7 years now. Yeah, so I would say about 6-7 years actually. I can kind of vaguely remember. I moved back from Florida in 2013. I did my last year of high school in Florida. Graduated, came back up, got a few jobs and stuff like that. But then it was just like my creative energy, my spirit was just calling for more. You know what I mean? So I was always around people who made music, and then one day I just decided that I wanted to go to the studio to see like what it's about. You know what I mean? And I just recall my very first day. My friends, my peers could vouch. I just got in the studio and started singing. I started singing first before rapping, and they was just like shocked. Like I was shocked myself, but yeah, I would say about 6-7 years now. 2013, 2014.
Shocked that you did it. Shocked at how well you did it. Like what were they shocked at? What were you shocked about?
What I was shocked about was how comfortable I was. I was super comfortable in that space, and I was my first time being in the studio. You know what I mean? And I was around new people too. I only knew one person who brought me there, but I got introduced to a few people whose house it was. Now they're like my brothers now, you know what I mean? But I was shocked at the comfort that I had of recording, singing in front of people and stuff like that. And for them, they didn't think I was gonna go in and sing, because we was talking about rapping the whole time. And I just felt, I just felt the little spirit to come over me to start singing whatever it was at the time. But it wasn't bad, you know what I mean? It wasn't terrible, you know what I mean? For somebody to just start doing something So I think we all had a nice little kick, laugh out of that.
And that's dope.
Yeah, it was super dope.
That's
super
dope. And like it should feel light to a degree. Like
you know
what I'm saying? It shouldn't feel like work.
Yeah, man. Once it feel like work, then you're not in the right area. You know what I mean?
Were you writing before?
I was not.
So you started writing after you got into the studio that first time?
Yeah, I started writing after. Going to the studio first time is like, I don't want to say this the wrong way or take it out of context, but it's like a high. It's like working out for the first time for some people. For some people who work out, you just get that itch for more. You know what I mean? So once I got, like, maybe a few days after I first went, I didn't go back for a while. But I started writing a song. And I brought it to my bro's attention, like, yo, I think this song would be dope. So a few days after I went, that's when I first started writing.
That's interesting, I think, like, because, like, when you say you first time going in, it's like a high. It makes me think about, like, going into any creative space, right?
Right.
If you walk into a science laboratory for the first time, like you walk into a space knowing like things happen here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is an active space. You know what I'm saying? If you walk into a recording studio, science lab, photo studio,
you know what time it is.
Yeah.
You know
what I'm saying?
what
Gym, like you said. You
right.
know, like this is where it happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm sure that feeling alone, whether it's conscious or subconscious, gets shit flowing with you.
Yeah, man. And coming from the family I come from, you know just as much as I do. It's a musically inclined family.
Yeah.
I kind of caught on to that late.
Yeah.
But like, just as a kid, just growing up listening to music in grandma's basement and Michael Jackson and Prince and Marvin Gaye, like the legends, the Al Greens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I've always been around music, so when it influenced me the way it did, I wasn't too surprised because I'm like, okay, I come from a musical background. My grandfather was a musician in the army, and like, you know what I mean. So once I really kind of got like the family picture and the tree of things and where we like originate from, it was kind of easier for me to accept it. You know what I mean? To accept music. If you ask my sisters too, they used to say I used to want to rap as a kid. I kind of vaguely remember that, but they used to tell me I used to do little raps or whatever, booty tat to the tat, whatever. Like, so it's like, I feel like it was a calling for me at the perfect time because I wasn't always intrigued by. I was intrigued by musical artists and stuff like that, watching the 106 and Parks and the BETs and the MTVs and stuff. So I was always impacted like that, but as far as it like really taking its toll on me and making me want to change the things that I do around me or like influence people around me, it came a little later, but it came at the perfect time. You know what I mean?
Who would you say are like your inspirations? Like who would you look up to as like?
Man. So.
And not necessarily just rappers either, like just creatively.
Yeah. I would say, man, I'm really an R&B person at heart, man.
Okay.
I'm really a R&B. That's why my first time in the studio, I was singing.
Yeah.
I ain't even had an urge to rap.
Right.
So, that's kind of tricky because I don't have like favorites. You know what I mean? It's like I like a lot of different people, but definitely number one I would say is Michael Jackson because like as a kid I kind of like I'm talking about Jackson 5 Michael. Yeah. Like kid with the afro, he looked like me on screen. I'm looking at myself kind of. Yep. For him to have that much talent the way he did and to like be the youngest or one of the youngest and to be the leader of his, you know, his family, his brothers, music team. Yeah. That was like super inspiring and man, I had so many memories of dancing in grandma's basement with the hat, thinking you rock my world, you know what I mean, doing that little step down the stairs. Like I was super influenced by Mike, man. Mike is definitely the greatest of all time, one of the greatest of all time. Yeah. As far as like the king of pop, R&B, just soul in general, I definitely gotta give that to Mike. Right. Man, as far as rappers, I come up in a generation where it's different from like other rappers. Honestly, I think one of the most impactful rappers to me and how I grew up and like the time I grew up in, I would have to say one of them is Lil Wayne. Because granted, he's a southern dude, you know what I mean? I'm from up north. So we like our upbringing is kind of different, stuff like that. But as far as the impact and the trajectory he put into the music game is like second to none. Like, you know what I mean? You can kind of compare it with like the Hoves and stuff like that. And I'm only saying that because this new generation of rap is literally Lil Wayne. Like that's like a mirror. Yeah. You got so many Lils now. Excuse me. You got so many Lils, Lil Xan, Lil. And no shade to them, but they can agree that they all got that from Lil Wayne. He was the first Lil one that brought it up.
I think Wayne was the first rapper to outwork everybody.
That's a good
right. Like he was the first one to always be recording, and he was also I think the first one. I could be wrong, but as far as my memory goes, he's the first one in that same vein that was heavy into features.
Yeah, you heard
rap songs, R&B songs,
yeah.
like he was with it.
That's just like that's. So I would say Wayne for sure because Wayne he had me doing his songs word for word, and people who know me, if I sing your songs word for word, then I have a real interest in you. Yeah. Then I start to research you. Then I start to look your biography. Like I really be studying artists, like people who I like. You know what I mean? So I would say Wayne for sure. The old school cats too. Like you got the Biggies, you got the Pacs. Pac was like a humanitarian. You know what I mean? It was different from like music. Like he was a real human. Like he showed you his flaws and all, and he was like a storyteller, you know what I mean, with a lot of his music. And I just grew up on Pac because of my uncles. Like they played more Pac than they played Biggie. So I kind of lean towards more to Pac than anything, you know what I mean? I like Biggie's flow, like he was a ill one, you know what I mean? Like as far as like lyrical, like, but Pac was just, he was so multi-talented, and you know what I mean, his untimely demise was unnecessary and unfortunate just as well as Biggie, but yeah, Pac is up there. Snoop is the greatest human of all time. He the coolest dude on earth, man. And man, rest in peace to Snoop Dogg's mom too, man. My condolences to you. Keep your head up, you know what I mean. But you did your damn thing while she was here, so yeah, that's another one. Snoop.
That's a fact.
Yo, the list goes on, man. T-Pain, you know what I mean? T-Pain had his little hierarchy too. Right. Like he was on the feature with for everybody. I don't feel like he don't get his flowers.
He was the soundtrack for a while, for sure.
T-Pain was, come on, man. Sure. Still, I don't think he get his flowers enough. But yo, the list goes on, man. But Big Sean, you got Drake. Wayne is responsible for Drake. So it's like, and Drake, he got me through a tough time in my life. I was listening to his songs every day. You know what I mean? So I definitely gravitate towards him, and he's the biggest artist in the world right now. So it's crazy how you go from like 2010, 2011 to now being, you know, you got the Kendricks, Coles. Yo, the list goes on, man.
Yeah, for sure.
But like I said, I don't really have a favorite. I just have a select few that it's like, yo, nah, these are the cats that like molded me or persuaded me to like, yo, you got it too.
Well, let me ask you, what other creative expressions are you into? Like, you know, aside from music, whether it's like painting or fashion or cooking, whatever.
The one thing that I did know that I wanted to do when I was growing older, when I was younger, I should say, is I always wanted to be an actor. I always wanted to be starred in a film. I always seen myself being behind the camera. You know what I mean? Because I just had the personality for it, that sense of youth. So I would say that was the one thing, like when teachers ask, oh, what do you want to be when you get older? My answer was always an actor. And I didn't understand. I didn't know where that came from though, but I was very in tune with movies and watching films and like reading scripts and all of that a lot as a kid. So I always wanted to be an actor. I just had the personality for it. I want to be a writer too. You know what I mean? Write somebody's song for them, or just even script too. Like I be having so many ideas of skits to do. That's why I think this new day and age of comedy is dope, because a lot of people, they're blowing up, and it's kind of hasty, but like people are blowing up because of just like one little small idea. Like, yo, let's do this. Like, I think this would be dope, and then boom, you go viral.
I don't think it's really.
It's
as
not really
hasty
too much.
as it seems. Like it's easy to hit a lick right now. But to actually blow up, you gotta have more work.
Oh yeah, you gotta have content.
So like you can't just have been funny that one time. And then really build something out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you gotta.
Because that happens to some people though. But so what was the question you said?
Just like other creative inspirations or other creative interests, like, you know what I mean?
Yo, man. There's so many. I really should like pull out the notepad. But yo, I wanna create clothes, like have a clothing brand. Actually, my bro, Troy Rain. He's the owner, CEO of Rain Forever, which I'm the co-owner. Rain Forever clothing brand that should be releasing very soon. I don't want to give a date right now, but it should be releasing very soon. We just got the colorways popping.
Dope.
It's the fall winter line is dropping soon, so y'all stay tuned for Rain Forever LLC, man, dropping soon. So we got that. I want to create a soap. I want to do a soap brand.
Yeah, I remember you told me that.
Yeah, I want to do a soap brand, yo, because I feel like hygiene is everything.
Yeah.
Hygiene is number one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether you're a man, woman, dog, cat.
Right.
That's always gonna stay into play. You always gotta wash up. You always gotta be clean, fresh. So I want to work on that. I don't want to give out the name because it'd be a lot of, I mean, a lot of blood suckers, man, out here. So I got that in the works, man, and just being hands on with everything that I got in the bowl right now. We got the vlog popping, Rain Forever vlog. Y'all check that out. It's called Daily Forecast, Rain Forever. Y'all the Fabulous family, the people who tune in, make sure you like, share, subscribe. What else do we have? Just music. A lot of more music is on the way. Working on a tape right now, an EP, actually a 4-tape EP that my boy suggested I should do, rather than singles.
Yeah, I'm really a fan. I mean, I'm really a fan of your music.
Appreciate it.
Like, you really make some really good music.
I appreciate that, man. It's been a long time coming. Like, I had to find my why. I had to find my why. I had to find my sound. And just what feels good.
What's your why?
My why, I think my why is why not.
Okay.
You know what I mean? My why is why not. And I know in this industry or this business, like, you can get an abundance of whatever you're seeking. You know what I mean? Whether it's support, whether it's money, whether it's love, you know what I mean? You could get an abundance of it. And you're giving an abundance out because you giving your feelings out. You putting, you know, those sad days on songs to make somebody feel better about themselves. But somebody probably won't know you was feeling sad when you wrote it. But it's like, I think you bring the best out of people. You bring the worst out of people too, depending on the subject. But I know with myself, I'm in control of what I say and what I do. So, like, my why is just like making sure people know that shit, anything is possible for real. Besides the obvious things, you know what I mean? Besides jumping out of a plane and expecting to live 1,000 however so feet in the air. But like, anything is possible. Triumph is like real. Triumph is real because you could come from nothing, which most damn near everybody say nowadays, and make something of yourself. You know what I mean? And I could be an example of that. I'm no different from the person that's sitting next to me. You know what I mean? It's probably just my mindset and how I want to, you know, bring change to the world and contribute. So that's my why, just contributing. My nieces love my music. They know I'm a star in the making.
That's dope.
So just to make the people around me proud and to just have something to show for. You know what I mean? Something that's going to outlive me. Like, I feel like music and just entertainment and in general will outlive the source. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's most important. I think that's my why, because it's like, why not? You know what I mean?
I want to switch. I don't know why this question just came to my mind, but I'm curious. So, so I'm the youngest of my siblings, right? You're the youngest of your siblings.
I'm the youngest of my 2 sisters.
Oh, your 2 sisters.
Yeah, I have 4 other brothers.
Right.
I have 4 brothers on my dad's side. I don't call them side brothers; those are my brothers. You know what I mean? But I'm the middle child in all of us, out of all of us. So I'm the special one, so to speak. You know what I mean? Y'all heard of that middle child thing. So out of my sisters, I have 2 older sisters, Kiana, Ayana. They're older than me. One is 32, the other one is 31. About to turn 32. Then there's me on my mother's side. So I'm the youngest of my mother's children. So I'm the youngest boy. I'm the youngest. Then my dad's side, I have an older brother who's 1 year older than me. And then I have 3 younger brothers. So
All
it's
boys
three.
so all boys on one side, all girls on one side, on the other side.
Yeah, besides me.
Besides you, of course.
Mm-hmm. So my dad has 4
Yeah.
boys. On his side, my dad has a total of, what is that? 7 kids, 7 children, maybe 8. I don't know. He was a Rolling Stone. You know what I mean? He did his thing, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, and my mom, she had 3. So I'm the middle. So I have 3 older than me, technically. 2 sisters, 1 older brother, and 3 younger than me. Then it's me. I'm in the middle. And I'm named after him.
And y'all were always together? You and all your siblings?
Nah, my brothers lived in Florida.
Okay.
They're pretty much their whole life. My mother and dad separated before I was born. So my mother is pretty much all I knew. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't grow up with my dad. Besides that 1 year I had to move to Florida.
Right.
That's I moved with him and my brothers.
Right. So this is the question that I was gonna ask. I still want to ask it.
Yeah.
Being a brother of sisters, right? That you like grew up with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How do you think that informs or affects how you deal with women? Like how you see women, how you interact with women.
That's a great question, yo. And actually, a woman friend of mine who I used to talk to, she asked me that question not too long ago. You know, maybe a few months back. It was just like, I forgot how exactly it went, but she was like, "Yeah, you grew up with your sister, so why don't you like know women that much like that?" It was kind of along those lines.
Okay.
And I ain't take nothing. I was just like, you know what? That's a good question. Like, I was just like, I mean, they were doing it. They were women. They were living. I'm a young boy, so I'm trying to find my own way. I'm surrounded by it, but that don't mean I gotta be super like waiting for them to mess up to see why they do or get the logic behind it. But yeah, I would say I was definitely loved by the women in my life though. Like my mother, my sisters, they showed me how to, you know what I mean, what caring for somebody else is, loving somebody else, unconditional love, sacrifice, you know what I mean? Like, and women are sensitive. So I grew up sensitive too about certain subjects because that's what I was surrounded by. I was surrounded by my sisters, my mother. I wasn't surrounded by my brothers or my dad, you know what I mean? The only men I was surrounded by were my uncles who kind of showed me how to be a man in a sense. While they were fathers to daughters, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's different. But yo, they showed me just how to be sensitive, how to, you know, women, it's hard for women to mask their feelings. You know what I mean? Unlike a man could be stern enough to be going through something, but like not show emotion, because that's like what we used to. That's, yo, you gotta be a man, toughen up. You know what I mean? I didn't really grow up like that. If I felt some type of way about something, I spoke on it, or I showed you, or like even now, like I wear my heart on my sleeve. So if I feel some type of way about something, usually you can see it. You can see it rather than me saying something, because it's like, I don't know. That's just how I move, and I wouldn't change it at all because that's just who I am. You know what I mean? It's like the only thing I kind of like go for in life is like, yo, respect. Like, you know, just respect me, like, because I know I don't disrespect anybody.
Right.
So once I feel or get like a sign of disrespect, it's like now I either gotta cut you off, I gotta not retaliate, but like just let you understand, like, yo, I'm not the one to be disrespected.
Yeah, I think that's in life. I think that's what it's about a lot of the times. At least, I don't think that people quite see it like that, but I think that that's what's happening. Like, we're all searching for understanding, and we go for it in different ways. But sometimes it's by cutting somebody off. Sometimes it's by engaging. Sometimes it's by eliminating somebody in one way or another. But like, we evidently have a misunderstanding.
Definitely.
You think that's okay?
Definitely.
We need to have understanding so that you know from now on that's never okay.
Exactly. And I like what you did right there. Instead of
retaliating with disrespect immediately, you like, nah, we gotta come to a middle ground. We gotta find out, understand. That's kind of how I am. Like, I don't blatantly do anything. Like, I don't blatantly come out of character simply because somebody disrespected me off rip.
Right.
It also depends on who you are. Because if somebody who knows me, if it's somebody who know you, who knows what gets you out of character or disrespect, like, it's like, yo, you know me enough to not do that. Why would you do that? Now I gotta show you. Rather than somebody who doesn't know, who's ignorant to it, it's like, you disrespecting me, I'm gonna just let you know this one time. It's like, I didn't appreciate that. That was mad disrespectful. I ain't like that. Like, I would appreciate if you don't do that. Then it's like, if they do it again, and it's like, yo, now I just told you what it was. Now it's like, it's no, you know what I mean? It's nothing behind it.
Yeah, you have information.
Exactly. You
just don't have understanding yet.
Yeah, so it's like, we rid of those people around us because we don't want that. I don't need that energy. No, I don't need that energy because, like, I try to really move with, like, a positive, like, because I come from negativity and I know what it do to people. I know that's like, it's the cancer to the body. It's like, you know what I mean? So to anybody, like, I'll just be moving with positivity. You know what I mean? I would advise other people to do the same because shit is real out here and you never know what the next person is going through.
Right.
So, like, don't disrespect people just because you feel like it. It's like, nah, do that to the people who deserve disrespect. The people who are doing nasty things or doing these trifling things to other people who don't deserve it. You know what I mean? Save that for them. Don't say that for the cool dude who trying to put the youngins on and give them game and stuff like that. Don't throw salt on somebody who really trying to level up and do their best because everybody know how hard it is out there. So
right. Man. Copy. I ask people this question in conversation. I think it's telling. 2 questions to ask. First question is, what are you good at?
What am I not good at? Yo, I honestly believe
answering directly. That's what you're not good at. But what are you good at?
I'm good at conversing.
Copy.
I'm good at reading the room, reading energies. I'm good at sports. I'm good at making music. I'm good at being present for people.
That's big.
Being present is super big, man. I'm good at, I'm good at driving. I'm good at, you know what I mean? I'm good at a lot of things, yo. I just started editing videos and stuff. I'm getting good at that, being hands-on. I'm good at giving great ideas. I'm good at being a supporter. I'm good at many things, yo. Many things. I really feel like anything I come into contact with or put my hands on, I'm good at. Like, I make myself good at it. Like, I'm a quick learner. I'm a visual learner, kinetic learner. Like, I'm all of the above. So I think I just catch on to things very well.
What's the kinetic learner?
Kinetic, I believe that's like all 3. It's like visual. It's listen. I forgot the name of that.
Auditory.
That one, and then it's kinetic learning, I believe.
Okay.
Kinetic is basically like all 3 of them.
Yeah. So you're just a sponge.
Yeah. And I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. I actually need to look that up myself to make sure. But I'm like a sponge, and I kind of think because I moved around a lot in my life, I know how to adjust to any environment, to any like community, whatever. New school, new kid. I'm fit right in because I'm just kind of immune to it by now. But I think that's the reason, because I moved around so much, so I know how to just be one with where I'm at. And you know what I mean? I had to make so many new friends.
Right.
So it's like, yo, I obviously got something that people like because I don't have any enemies. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have no enemies. And for people who be like, yo, my ops, and like wishing enemies on yourself, that's not what you want. Why would you want something? You bring that bad energy. I don't got no enemies. If you see me, you know Oh, that's GeeReg, yo. He cool, man. Like, he ain't never get nobody no problems.
Yeah.
If you don't like me, it's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I ain't do nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Most of the time, it's about a girl or something like that, or whatever. And that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying, for the people out there, don't be wishing on no ops. Don't be looking for envy. Don't be like, yo, my man's about to snake me. I know he is, without fully knowing. Like, don't even push that on yourself, because that ain't nothing but PTSD.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing but you looking over your shoulder all the time. You don't want that. Like, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, it's like there's that adage that says hurt people.
Yeah.
And there's also, I believe, like, hurt people expect hurt. You know what I'm saying?
I think I fit in that.
Like, they walk through life expecting hurt.
I think I fit in that boat.
Yeah.
Because I ain't perfect. I ain't gonna be sitting up here and say, oh, I don't got no ops, I don't got this and that. Like, nah, like, hurt people do find hurt. Like, I got trust issues.
Yeah.
I got trust issues.
Sure.
Like,
Earned.
Yeah, earned trust issues. Like, I've been through it. I got PTSD. You know what I mean? Like, I suffer from depression sometimes and stuff like that. We all, like, listen, I ain't perfect. We all human. Yeah. And we all sensitive. We all vulnerable at some points in time. Fragile. Like, I was saying this the other day. Like, I think kids are young adults, right? And adults are older kids. Like, we're still kids at heart. Like, we still want that youth. Like, you still got your youth. Like, you know what I mean? We just trying to figure it out in the time that we got. You know what I mean?
We just don't run in circles.
Yeah, we just,
We're still youthful.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, the point I was getting at is, what exactly you said? I'm sorry. Damn, I just lost my train of thought. But basically, just be real with yourself. Like, just be real with yourself at all times. Understand who you are. Yeah. Oh, what's going on? The hurt people expect hurt. Yeah, like, man. Yeah, like, that's real.
Yeah, because it's out there. But like you said, to me, the most important thing to maintain in your mind is how much power you have. Okay. I think people are so willing to forego and forfeit their power. Yeah. You know what I mean? And this, like, society gives us all kind of ways to forfeit power. You know what I'm saying? So, like, whether it's you forfeit your power and how much you can earn by getting a job that says you earn X amount a year, and you won't earn another dollar. Yeah. It's X amount. That's it. You know what I'm saying? If it's, you know, where you choose to live, if it's who you choose to be around, like, people give away their power in so many different ways. Who you choose to be in a relationship with, and it's like, because you get these things, you forego the power of the life that you want to have, because you want these rewards. Yeah. So and so gives you this thing, and you want that thing. Yeah. So, like, you just be like, well, fuck it. I'll suffer the rest.
Yeah, man.
Suffer the rest, and so next thing you know,
I've been there before.
Yeah.
We all have, low key. Yeah. I've been in certain situations like, yo, I want to build this person's damaged. I want to build them up. I want to help them get to a comfortable space, but not knowing I'm taking away from myself. Yeah. And then whether it's your friend, whether it's your girlfriend, whether it's your brother, like, you give a lot of yourself to other people, and then you take away from yourself. So when y'all do come to, like, a middle ground, you lack now. Like, you lack thereof. Like, and they may have more than you, or they still might be at the same point. But it's like, now neither one of y'all have really gained. Right. Because you're less of who you are, because you ain't pouring into yourself. You poured into somebody else. Right. And I'm a victim of that. I don't want to say a victim, because, like, they're good people. Like, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't change it. Yeah, I wouldn't change it. But it's like, I know now. You gotta pour into yourself. You gotta be there for you. Yeah. I was watching the Kevin Gates interview yesterday. He was saying the same. Like, he was going along with, like, just, you gotta
talking that talk.
Yo, Kevin Gates, man, that's a true dude, son. He's real. I rock with him. Not just because of his music, like, because of who he is. Right. You know what I mean? He's an activist with, like, just higher learning and, like, just self-discipline and stuff.
As an individual. Yeah.
And I suffer from that too, bro. I procrastinate on the daily. You know what I mean? I got my little issues and stuff that I need to conquer. You know what I mean? But
are you competitive?
Competitive, my middle name, bro.
Yeah.
I hate losing more than I like winning.
Copy.
And that's kind of like bad because I don't never get the fulfillment of like winning when I do win. Because when I lose, it's like, how dare I? Like, how dare I lose? And I'm not like a sore loser. You know what I mean? I'm not like that. But I love winning. I love winning.
Yeah.
But I hate losing more than I like winning.
I think competitive nature has the ability to be such a superpower if you turn it on yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So like you said, like when it comes to things like procrastination, it's like you have to remember you are always in the company of yourself. You know what I'm saying? So when you procrastinating, you're telling yourself it's okay. You know what I mean? And you gotta like respond to that messaging. Yeah. You know what I mean? And
I like that what you just said. You're always in. What'd you say?
You're always in the company of yourself. Like
that should be on a shirt or something. A lot of that's hard because it's so cliche. Not really cliche, but it's so cliche. But it's like that's like. But it's if you don't got nobody, you got yourself. Right. Like you're always in the company of yourself. Yeah. That's real. I've never looked at it like that.
And your life is a reflection of the narratives that you listen to. Right. I don't think most people who talk about like, you know, they have their mother or their father in their ear and, you know, hearing them and what they would say is like, no. Yeah. You have yourself. Yeah. You may be echoing what they heard, but you're telling yourself that. Yeah. They're not telling you that.
Yeah, right.
You're telling yourself all these things and you're creating your reality in here and then you go create it out there. Whatever out there looks like, you created it here. You designed it here.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? You got the blueprints in here. You know what I mean? And so like we have to be more competitive with ourselves. Like that's why when we do the things that we know we need to do, whether it's, you know, working out or I need to spend X amount of time in the studio or I need to spend X amount of time reading or whatever the thing is that we deem truly valuable to the person that we're trying to become. Whenever we do those things, we feel accomplished.
Right.
You didn't beat anybody else. You know what I'm saying? There's no trophy, there's no reward, there's no medal, but you beat yourself. And in that's
better.
Tomorrow's gonna look better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're better on yourself every day. Yeah. Trying to get to those accolades and those milestones and those dreams that you always said or that you saw. Yeah. When you was, you know what I mean? And shit, nobody can really complete someone else. Right. If that makes sense. Right. Like you gotta be fulfilled within yourself and stuff like that. And going along with like your parents instill you with certain things. I lost my mother at 16. I was in 2011. You know what I mean? 2011. That's a young age to lose a parent. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was still in high school, still young, still a kid. You know what I mean? Still a kid. And I didn't really have my dad in my life either. So once I lost my mom, it was like I ain't have nobody. You know what I mean? Besides my grandma. Like I have my family for sure, 100%. Like 100% still have my family.
But that foundation.
Yeah, that foundation was no longer there. You know what I mean? Physically and like, you know, and that plays a big part in like how kids maneuver through life because for so long, that's where I found fulfillment subconsciously. Yeah. So I found fulfillment subconsciously, like telling my mom that I achieved something or like doing something that's like I know she's gonna be proud of. You know what I mean? Doing it in the act, I'm like, man, this is gonna be good. But like, then realizing how happy or fulfilled and excited she is, so oh shit, I feel good. You know what I mean? Like this is a proud moment for me. So it's like losing that early on, definitely like shaped the way my life went because I didn't really have the guidance no more to like go for something or like to be put into like involved in like a lot of different like, you know, things. I came up in like student council.
Like all the extracurricular.
Yeah, like extracurricular activities and stuff like that. So like not knowing in school when I was super young and stuff, first grade, second to fourth or whatever, I was always in like student council. I was always in like safety patrol, like shit like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not wondering, not knowing why, but it's like my mom put me like, you know what I mean? She sat there, talked to the people in school. I enjoyed doing it, but I ain't never questioned like, why am I doing it? Because she was always like the blueprint. So I grew up just being an extracurricular activity student and like being involved in so much stuff. So like going to high school and then being 16 and then losing my mom, it's like I felt like I lost my fulfillment in life and like trying to do stuff now to make somebody proud. It's like I lost that. I lost it. Proud. Make who proud. So for a long time, like even now sometimes, you know what I mean? I'm 26 now. So it's been 10 years. And that's crazy to me still, but like there be times I'm like, there ain't no fulfillment. I ain't gonna find no fulfillment because I'm not really, for a long time I was doing it for somebody else, not myself. You know what I mean? Subconsciously. So that definitely shapes and molds the way in the streets we take, the lanes we take, because you don't got that person in your ear telling you like, yo, that's not the way you should, you sure, or like that reassurance. I feel like parents are like big staples for reassurance. Like they gonna tell you, oh, you wanna go to college? You sure? You pot? You know what I mean? They just gonna put that reassurance in your mind all the time to the point where you thinking by yourself that, damn, maybe I shouldn't. Oh, you right, they was right. You know what I mean? You get that time. When you thinking or talking to yourself all the time, you're like, nah, I got it, I'm good. I'm gonna just do me. I'll figure it out. Nah, they ain't always the way to go. You know what I mean? So, the parents definitely, they change everything, yo. So you gotta be aware of that. The people who do that have their parents and stuff like that. You gotta, you know what I mean, take heed to what they talking about. Appreciate them. You know what I mean, while they here, even if y'all don't get on. Y'all ain't on the best of terms. They still your parent. They still got experience over you. They still got knowledge and stuff like that. They may not always be right, but they ain't wrong if they giving you some type of advice. You know what I mean? They ain't wrong. It's just reassurance. Should you or should you not? That goes a long way. So,
Let me ask you this. So you lost your mom at 16, right? Do you think that? What do you see as the upside to that for you?
Upside, I don't know if there is one for real. Just to be real, I don't know if there is an upside to it. I would say what I've learned to not have my mother around for so many years is just to be more independent, more independent of myself. You know, realize that life is very sensitive in itself. Just like people are sensitive, life is sensitive. Very, and I would say the number one thing that life is unpredictable.
Yeah, upside was a terrible word.
I know what better. I know what you mean though. I know exactly what you mean. Like, what did I, kind of gain from kind of? So I know what you're getting.
Yeah, like you have an appreciation for life.
Yeah, I have much more
to your life.
Like I said, I'm a lot more positive now than I've ever been. When I was a kid, I was kind of like, I was a good kid. Like I was a great kid in school, honor roll and stuff like. But like just the setting in which I was, like just coming from the ghetto areas of America, and like growing up in East Orange. I was born in East Orange University Hospital. I was raised over there up until like 3rd grade, 4th grade. So coming from the hood and just like not being able to get the stuff that you want because we may be struggling. I kind of had like a negative like intake on life. Like damn, like nothing goes my way. Like I was just one of those kids. Like I was good, but when closed doors, it's like, damn, like, you know, and granted, I kind of got like that once I moved away from, like, the hood and shit like that. Once I moved to, like, North Plainfield, about 4th grade, I was maybe, like, 8, 9 years old, to a new area where I seen grass grow. Like, you ain't used to that. You coming from East Orange, South One to be exact.
Right.
It's concrete everywhere. But, yeah, I just had like a negative take on life sometimes because I just didn't. Granted, my mom gave us what she could. Like, I ain't never have to have want for nothing. You know what I mean? I just wanted my own little things. Growing up as a young kid, I'm starting to like girls and stuff. I wanted the nice shoes. I want, you know what I mean? So it's like she gave all that she could, but it's like times where I knew she was struggling and couldn't explain or I couldn't help her myself. It's like a negative frustration. Like, damn, like, what am I doing? Or like, why are we struggling? Asking her why we struggling. She don't got the answer, you know what I mean? She just trying everything she can. But just that little frustration just led me to be like a little negative person. Like, so when my mom did pass, unfortunately, like, that shit hit, you know what I mean? It took a toll on me for like the worst for a long time, you know what I mean? Like stress and like just anger and like shit like that, which I still suffer from a little bit. But I've just grown to be a lot more positive about life because she used to always tell me like, man, you always so negative. That's why nothing go right because you're so negative. You're negative about everything. And
there's truth
just
in that.
Truth in that. It's because it's like manifesting. Like we was talking about imaginary ops and like envy. You wishing that upon yourself, then you gonna run into it. That's just with negativity. If you thinking negatively all the time, thinking nothing is gonna go your way, guess what? Nothing gonna go your way.
Right.
So she was like, and you always soak in your sadness. Stop soaking in your sadness. And that shit always resonated with me. Like, what does that mean? Like, what you mean soaking my sadness? And then it's like, it took for her to not be here no more to for me to like fully understand it. But it's like, why soaking your sadness when you could get up, wipe your tears, and like try to keep moving? At least, you know what I mean? Because this shit don't. And the number one thing she used to always tell me is life goes on whether you here or not. Like, this shit gonna go on. Whether I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be gone one day. Like so. She always kind of instilled it in me, like, yo, she's not going to be here no more. You know what I mean? So, like, when it did come to time, unfortunately, untimely, you know what I mean? I understood it. Like, yo. And it's not really an acceptance thing. I still have yet to, like, fully, like, accept everything. But it's, like, it's more understanding.
But it makes those messages louder and clearer.
Definitely. I was a negative little bastard. You know what I mean? Like, but just being real. But like now I'm like one of the most positive people I know. Because I know how fragile life is, and I know how quickly this shit could be taken away. So I don't like, and I don't want to say like I live every day like it's my last. Like I'll be lying about it because some days I just want to lay down. That's not living to your best. But like I understand, like, yo, this shit could be worse. It could be worse.
For sure.
It can be better. And how it gets better is we make it better. Because life is what you make it. Life is who you are, you know what I mean? Who you hang around, what you eat. Like, that's what life is, you know what I mean? So, positivity definitely branched from my mother, yo. Cause, man, shit was, growing up, it was tough, you know what I mean? It wasn't the worst, but it was tough. It was hard for sure.
Do you remember the first time you, or maybe not the first time or whatever, but a time when you realized to yourself that you were poor?
Man, what? Yeah, man. And I don't really like saying poor no more because that's a mindset. But like, it's different when we coming up in poverty and it's like it's poverty stricken. It's like, So, yeah, man, bro. Roaches in the house. Like, couple of us sleeping in one room, you know what I mean? Like, man, what?
I remember like...
I come from that, for real.
Because the thing about roaches is that, like when you were a kid, you realize that you're they're not in control. Are you
they,
telling me we got roaches because of the neighbors?
Right.
And we can't do nothing about it? We not in control of it. We can't.
We ain't have no. Even if you bomb the crib, they coming back in a day's notice.
You know what I'm saying? Or like I remember, I remember the first time like my pops. I mean, and my pops was from the deep south, right?
Right.
So that's a whole different type of poor.
Right.
But I remember I was like, I threw away a piece of bread because it had molded. And he was like, nah, you
better eat that.
You just take the molded part off and eat the rest. And
that's
like,
poor.
Oh, we're poor. Oh,
I would say something like that, yo. Like, man, not having no heat or electricity.
Yeah.
Not having no heat or electricity or like the power is out, but you still gotta take a bath. So you boil the water.
Heating up water on the stove.
You boil the water, put it in the tub. You're going back 2, 3, 4 times to fill it up.
Yep.
Man, like not having no soap in the crib, you might throw some dish liquid in the tub real quick.
Yeah.
Like
it's
been those days, man. That's why I'm thankful for because kids that grow up in poverty, yo, our lifestyle, we know how to we gonna find a way. You know what I mean? Like you could probably throw kids from the poverty in the woods,
right? And
we gonna cause it's it's kind of one and the same. If you don't got no electricity and power, water in these apartment buildings and shit, but you still make a way. That's like putting people in the woods.
Yeah.
It's like you don't got no
survival.
It's survival tactics. And I think we do well with that. And it's not doing well. It's like that's what we had. That's all we know. So we know how to survive, bro. Yeah. So that's why I say I feel like I could last anywhere because I moved around so much and I come from areas where it's like we ain't really have much. So I feel like I could find my ground anywhere on earth because it's like, yo, I just know how to maneuver. I know how to manage myself. And time and money, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, bro.
I feel like if you ever want to find a kid that has the most imagination, just find a kid that had the least amount of toys.
Oh yeah,
go to the kid that had the least to work with and was still imagining and still playing. And still, that kid, he's got some stuff that
the kid with the imaginary friends
just didn't have.
Yeah, the kid with the imaginary friends are the most creative.
Yeah,
I would say my cousin Teresa. She had an imaginary friend growing up. She's one of the most brilliant people I know. Like, you want to talk about creativity?
Right.
She's one of the most creative people I know. And that goes a long way. You know what I mean? But we come from syrup sandwiches.
Yeah.
We come from. If y'all know what a syrup sandwich is, it's just that. Yeah. It's a piece of bread, throw some syrup on it, fold it up. Syrup sandwich. You know what I mean? We ain't had no milk.
I used to pour the syrup onto the saucer plates, right? I couldn't do the big plates because then I got my ass whooped. But the little saucer, I would just pour the syrup in and just take bread and just throw it and eat it.
Come on, man. That's what, mayonnaise sandwiches.
I don't want to do a half a loaf of bread like that before,
Yeah, man, the bologna and cheese, that's
fried bologna.
Yeah.
All of it.
I wouldn't dare eat bologna now.
Right. But
it's like but then at that time, what? Yeah. That was a full course right there.
I had a taste for it. I had a
taste for real. Like, nah. Hey, so when I was poor, I knew I was poor growing up.
Yeah.
But I didn't I knew that's not who I was though.
For sure.
You know what I mean? I just knew that's where I had to go lay my head at later.
Yeah.
Like in the poverty stricken area.
Yep.
But I was always clean cut and my mom made sure I was looking good.
Yeah.
Like even if we is poor, they ain't gonna know. You ain't gonna look like
right.
Like it was throw the Vaseline on the face, make me shiny. I was one of those kids, man.
Right.
But I wouldn't change it for nothing, yo.
Nah.
Because those were the most fun times,
But then it's that's how you became you.
Exactly. That's who I am.
That's how I became me. It's
I wouldn't change this for nothing. Yeah. Y'all wouldn't want me to change for nothing, would y'all? You know what I mean? So, a lot of that come from the upbringing, being poor.
Yeah, right.
There's nothing wrong with being in
the like you said, the environment.
Yeah, the environment.
The environment of poverty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, like it's not just you, it's your neighbors.
It's the neighbors. It's everybody.
You know what I'm saying? The community's like, yo, so they struggling and they struggling and they struggling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There was no rich kid in my class.
And I think that's where...
Even if there was kids that didn't have it like as bad as I had it, and I'm not saying like I had it the worst, but there was no rich kid in the class.
Right, yeah.
We all in the same neighborhood.
Two keys in the pot.
Ain't nobody Ain't nobody coming from the suburbs to come to this school.
Exactly.
To this school.
And that's the one we looking at weird.
Yeah.
If you coming from a different
right. You come here
stand
by
up.
choice.
Yeah, what you doing here?
Yeah.
We gonna question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We gonna befriend you, but we gonna tell you to get up
Like,
out of here later.
Yeah.
Like, you chose this school?
Yeah.
I don't know, but yo, this Jerome, like this.
Right.
Feel me? So
yeah.
But I think that's what made it easier too. Going to school, going to school and realizing that you're one of many.
Yeah.
That suffer from the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's easier to like enjoy school because like, it's not so bad. Like we laughing, we joking.
Right.
The pain come from when we leaving and realize, damn, ain't no. I remember times going to school knowing I ain't have electricity at the crib. But at school, I'm not thinking, I'm having fun.
That's not the reality in school.
Yeah, it's not the reality at school.
Yeah.
Then once you get off, you're like, damn, I gotta go back home.
Yeah.
Ain't no, well, it was fun while it lasted. You
Right.
know what I mean?
And then you also, like, I remember, it's like, man, like you said, you're one of many. Like, I remember finding out that the kid that had all the fresh, he was boosting. So like, he didn't have more money.
Right.
He didn't buy them sneakers or that jacket or like, he's just a thief.
Yeah.
Okay. So we not really no different, you know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, yo.
and if he's stealing for it, that means that his parents ain't buying it for him. Why not?
Don't even know.
Because they can't afford to buy it for him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there's no way I'm walking around with new shit and my mom don't know.
Don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, man, I might have a better relationship at home with my mom than he does. Cause
you feel me?
Does his mom notice?
There's a lot of things that go unsaid, or he hiding it.
Yeah, or he hiding.
And then you walking on eggshells at
then
that
it's
point.
like you got a whole situation where you hiding yourself from your...
Yeah, from you.
Yeah.
You're hiding yourself from your family. Who wants to do that? That's not...
Crazy.
Nah, man. Life is funny, yo.
Life is very funny.
Life is funny.
We just gotta remember to keep laughing.
Yeah, I love to laugh, yo. I'm that dude.
Yeah,
I'm that person. I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get a laugh out of anything. Why? I think Wayne said it best. He said something like, just to keep from crying, I'll laugh. Not necessarily saying I'm gonna cry. Like, nah. But it's like, yo, the same thing people laugh about. I mean, same things people cry about, you could laugh about, yo.
Yeah.
Don't take life too seriously. We gotta take it serious enough to understand that we can only get things if we initiate it and if we try to go for something. But we can't take it too serious, like, because that's what make an old man older, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I remember this cat, Jim Rohn, said that he was talking about like just about taking risks in life. And it's like, you know, life is risky. The moment you were born, it got risky. Shit was risky. And he's like, he said, let me tell you how risky it is. You're not gonna get out alive. Whatever happens, you're not getting out of this alive. So
that's deep.
Laugh.
Why
Yes, the thing is tragic. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, like Mom said, don't soak in
your sadness.
Like,
because
you might be able to find something to laugh at in that.
Yeah.
You might want to try that.
I look back at a bunch of things. I be like, yo, I was really tripping.
Yeah.
I was really tripping about that. I'm laughing now.
Right.
I gotta laugh.
Right.
And then I think my laugh is contagious. Cause when I start laughing, people around me laugh. I want people to feel good when they see me. Like, I don't want people to have a bad idea of, or like their idea of me is like, oh, he's a standoff. He's bad. He's, you know, girls like the mysterious stuff. Like, nah, I just be chilling. But like, you gotta have that sense of humor, yo, to maneuver out here. Cause we know it's rough.
Yeah.
We know it's rough.
Yep.
we gotta start looking for like, yo, what's the happiness? Where do we find the happiness?
Where the sweetness at?
Where, like, what is? I got a sweet tooth. Like, where's the sweetness? We know it's rough, rugged out here. Like, everybody knows that. There's poverty everywhere around us. It's, you know what I mean? We don't get too many highlights of the good stuff, bro.
That's a fact.
I mean, so that's why the new show about to come real soon. Good news, man.
Yeah.
Y'all stay tuned for that.
Yo, man, appreciate your time, family.
Yo, appreciate you, man. I'm honored to be here, man.
I'm happy you here.
This is dope, man. I gotta come back. Next time I come back, the shape team gonna be on the beam. You know what I mean? Ladies, keep a lookout for me.
You might want to get ready, ladies, because he's gonna be ready.
Don Chocolate is back. You dig?
Wow, man.
It's just like that. Appreciate y'all.
Love you, cousin.
Love you too, man. Appreciate you, yo.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Next one.
The man.